Hey, this is Joe from Soundboard. I want to take a few minutes and show you how to use Soundboard. We all hear about attraction marketing, and that's sort of the hot term today. How do you become attractive to your customers, to your prospects, to your warm market? And I think sometimes people get that confused. When we say attraction marketing, we actually mean how do we become attractive? And the last thing you do to become attractive is to talk about yourself. And I think a lot of people misunderstand that. When we think of attraction marketing, it's about how do you get discovered by those people that aren't thinking about you and maybe not, maybe don't know you, or they need to be rediscover you. And so when we think of attraction marketing, especially in context of how to use Soundboard, it is all about getting content that will get you noticed or discovered by them. And typically that content is not about you, it's about them. And so again, how do I become attractive? I talk about them. I talk about the customer's interest. I talk about the prospect's interest. I talk about my warm market's interest, right? That's what we mean by attraction marketing. So I want to show you 4 different ways to use Soundboard. First, around how can you use Soundboard to attract and become discovered by your customers, right? The people that already know you. Number 2, I'll show you how to use Soundboard to get discovered or rediscovered with your warm market. And third, we'll talk about how to use Soundboard around getting discovered or getting rediscovered or noticed by those prospects that you're working to close. And lastly, how to use Soundboard to actually go out there to a world that doesn't know you, and how to use it to become attractive to people who aren't looking for you. So let's talk about 4 quick examples. I'm going to do several things here. I got several screens to show you. First, I'm actually in my app on Soundboard, and I'm on the mobile view. And let's just say that my customer that I have, because every morning I wake up, I think to myself, at least this is how I use Soundboard. How can I use Soundboard not just to go find new customers, but to nurture that existing customer? And so let's say, for example, which is the case for me, that I have customers that love skiing, right? Your customers could love anything, but think about the customer. So I go to my Soundboard, I type in the word skiing, and what brings me back are several really cool articles. Well, here's a great article, from all types of sources, New York Times, Forbes, etc. And here's a really good article about uphill skiing, subtract crowds and lift lines and add some cardio. Pretty cool article, right? I just grab that article. It gives me what to say. I can read the article down below, but up top, it gives me actually what to say with the right hashtags at the right time. I can go look at all types. There's many messages here, but here's one I like. Skiers are literally running to the backcountry and always from the mega resorts. Pretty cool, intro text. So again, it's giving me that hallmark text, giving me what to say. I'm going to click on that. I'm going to click on text. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to find my friend Jeff Olson, who is a big skier. I'm going to hit go, and instantly now I've sent Jeff a really cool article. Jeff's a customer. He loves skiing, and I've now used Soundboard to actually stay in front of him, right? Not to go push more products, but to actually say, hey, Jeff, found a really cool article I thought you would find interesting, okay? So that's what we mean by how do we use Soundboard to go after customers, okay? Now I want to move to the second example, and for that, I'm going to go switch over to desktop mode. Of course, Soundboard is in both desktop and mobile, so I'm going to quickly show you my screen for a desktop. It's same thing. Here I am in Soundboard, and let's just say that, for example, that for my warm market, the second way we're going to talk about using Soundboard, let's say that in the warm market world, in the sense of my warm market, I'm in lots of Facebook groups, I'm in LinkedIn groups, but let's just use Facebook for a second. How do I go out there to a group I'm already a part of, an affinity kind of group using Facebook and just get rediscovered? Well, again, do I talk about my products? No. Do I talk about what the group likes? Absolutely. So they can see me, that I'm caring, that I'm talking. So I'm going to go to my Soundboard. Let's just say, which is the truth, I'm in a wine and food group. I'm going to type in the word wine to grab some interesting articles that, of course, my group would like. I'm going to grab some really cool articles. There's tons from Bon Appetit, to New York Times, to Pop Sugar, what have you. I'm going to grab an article. It gives me, again, the desktop is a little different view. In the desktop, you can see the article on your right, and you can see all of the different example suggested messages that we've provided to you on the left. I'm going to grab a really interesting interesting suggested message about red wine and good gut health. We all know that that's the truth. I'm going to grab that message. I'm now going to click Facebook because I'm going to share this to a Facebook group. A minute ago, we used text. Now I'm going to use Facebook. It's going to open up my Facebook account. I'm going to go to the top, and at the top, I'm going to choose to put it in a group. And I'm going to put it in my food and wine group that I'm a member of, right? I'm going to paste the suggested message. Red wine is good for gut health and moderation, study finds, and hit post. Now it's in my group, right? Took me 5 minutes. So now we've gone from how do I use it a minute ago to go through text, to go text it to a customer. Now we've shown how we can use Soundboard to go put it in a Facebook group to my existing warm market, if you will, okay? And now I want to talk about how would you use Soundboard if you are going to use it to go after, say, for example, a prospect, okay? Someone you just met, and how can I use Soundboard to get their attention, right? So let's say that I went to the gym and I met someone at the gym who loves working out, and I can go to my Soundboard and grab something of interest. They love fitness. They're really into health and nutrition. I can go to my Soundboard and send them something. And again, I'll do this showing the example on mobile and showing that example using Facebook Messenger. So let me switch my screen. Now I'm going to go to my Soundboard. I'm going to type in fitness, hit go. Well, you know what? Let's just do something very specific. I'm going to type in CrossFit because I just met them at the gym and they love CrossFit, right? They're a prospect. They have not bought my services yet, but I want to show them I care. I go to Soundboard. I grab just tons and tons of articles on CrossFit. I grab an article. I look at the suggested messages. I look at the article. I glance through it. I grab a suggested message. Here's one about the CrossFit workout, how it's designed. I'm going to grab that article. Right, I'm gonna grab the suggested message. Now I'm gonna go to Facebook Messenger. And this is, again, think of a prospect. I've already met them. I met them at the gym. They connected with me on Facebook, and now I can message them, right? So it's back to that one-to-one, like we use text with the customer. Now we're using Facebook Messenger to go to someone who is a prospect that we wanna close. So I hit on Messenger, open my Messenger up. It brings up the article, build strength and endurance with this heart-pumping 30-minute CrossFit exercise, right? I put in my sample text, my suggested text that gave me, and I sent it to that prospect. That simple, right? Again, took me several minutes. Did not take much at all, right? So again, we've talked about how to use it for the customer with text, how to use it with the more market with the Facebook group, how to use content to go after a prospect that you're friends on Facebook with using Facebook Messenger. And now let's talk about going to people who don't know us, right? And I'm going to switch back to desktop just to show you again how we can use both views. And I'm going to show how, let's say, for example, that, no matter what you sell, you want to go to this greater audience. And we talk about the greater audience, the greater world who doesn't know you, which there's a lot more people that don't know us than know us, right? So going beyond Facebook, those that are warm market, prospects, etc., friends. Now let's go to a world that doesn't know us. And to go to that world that doesn't know us, you got to leave those platforms and think about LinkedIn, think about Twitter, right? Very powerful platforms that are indexed by Google. Everything you post is public. So the more you talk, the more people who don't know you will find you, okay? So let's go back to the desktop. Let's say, for example, what is it that I sell, whatever my product I sell, let's just say that I sell to lots of folks that love technology and love the trend of artificial intelligence. We hear about AI, everything, right? AI is going to solve everything in the world. You hear about it every day. Well, say that whatever product I'm selling would be of interest to those people who might have the interest in artificial intelligence, right? Or the fact is most people in business have some interest in artificial intelligence. So no matter what you're selling, from a healthy living product to a consultancy, right? Going and you posting something of thought leadership value around artificial intelligence will get you discovered on LinkedIn, right? It has nothing to do with what you sell. It's all about attraction marketing, which is about them, and getting yourself attracted, which is to talk about things that are not about you, right? And so I'm going to go over here. I'm going to type in AI. It brings back tons and tons of articles around artificial intelligence. Here's one about 5 AI trends that will change the e-commerce industry. Here's one about the 5 most underrated uses for artificial intelligence. Here's the 120 AI predictions for 2020, right? I can go grab any of these articles, right? Grab the article. I'm going to look at it, go over here and grab a really interesting suggested message that Soundboard gives you. Here it is with the right hashtags. Here's a suggested message that looks interesting to me with the right hashtags. I'm going to click on that. I'm going to click on LinkedIn. Opens up my LinkedIn automatically. All I hit is share and post. It's already copied Soundboard the suggested message. I hit post and boom, it's on my LinkedIn page, right? Now let's go look at my post on my LinkedIn page. Now I've posted something clever about artificial intelligence, which probably will get lots of people to be interested in, gosh, what is Joe talking about? Artificial intelligence. And then again, they notice me, oh, Joe's selling this. And then the next thing you know, I have a prospect. Okay. So again, I know we went through lots of things here and how to use Soundboard, but again, think about it as, how do I use it to do 4 things? How do I use Soundboard content to get attracted, right? Attraction marketing. But how do I want to be attractive both to my customers, to my warm market, to my prospects, and better than all that, eventually, how do I grow my business and be attractive to those who don't know me, right? It's very easy. Soundboard provides you thousands of articles every day. You just got to turn it on, take a search, grab a word, think of other people, don't think of yourself, grab an article and post it. And in 5+ minutes in the morning, you can do more than you could ever do, spending hours and hours trying to figure out what to say. So we hope you enjoyed the product.